Pleasure to welcome back to the show Bradley Beal. And Bradley, as a native Washingtonian, my first thought is, well, this is cool news, but as the host of a show about sports who's naturally curious, I got to start with one question, and that's why.
Oh, man, DC is pretty much all I know. You know, it's been home for me the last 7, 8 years, and, you know, I have a great opportunity in front of me to be able to make a huge difference in a change in a franchise and kind of be the cornerstone of that piece. And, you know, a lot of guys think it's crazy, but, you know, I accept challenges. You know, I feel like this was the best situation, the best deal for my family and I moving forward, and I'm definitely happy that, you know, we were able to get it done, and I'm still in DC.
You know what I think people forget, Bradley, is that you guys are human beings. You're people with lives. And I've been told that you really like the D.C. area, and you're in that area. And, okay, sure, you can maybe get a bunch of money, but you can get a bunch of money there and stay where you like it. How much did just liking the area have to do with wanting to remain there?
It played a huge factor because, you know, granted, I factored in my family, my wife, my kids, you know, my parents, everybody, my brothers, and just seeing how everybody would love for me to be here, you know, the rest of my career. Like, what did that thought sound like? Like, what did that look like to everybody?
Sure.
And, you know, it was almost like picture perfect, you know, and it was definitely one of the things that ultimately kept me here. You know, the grass isn't always greener on the other side. You know, it's not always a guarantee on the other side, but, you know, why not try to get it done here, you know, with the success that the D.C. area has been having in the sports realm. You know, we have a great opportunity here with the Wizards to be able to turn around on the basketball side.
All right, I'm going to get to D.C. and what's going on there in a moment, but I do want to ask about being a star and having power. You are, and guys in the league that find themselves in situations where teams aren't winning, like they can flex on teams and go, I want out, and it works. Like, and you'd have had a line out the door for your services. So as you weigh just the basketball piece, how are the Wizards able to convince you, here's what we can do to give you the chance to win?
I think it was just the honesty part of it. You know, they didn't BS anything. They didn't do any shortcuts this offseason. You know, we made a lot of changes. You know, a lot of teams or organizations, you can always talk about changes you're going to make or moves you're going to make, but, you know, you just talk about them. We actually did a lot of things this offseason. We got a lot of good character guys, made some changes in our coaching staff, made some changes in the front office too. So, you know, the owner, Terry Jones, is very serious about, you know, creating this into one of the, you know, best world-class organizations, you know, in the league. So, you know, I felt appreciative of that. I was incorporated with every decision, you know, in free agency during the draft. And so just that communication, that love that I felt was what really, you know, it kind of drew me in. That's what sold me the most. You know, they didn't say it was going to be easy. They said it would be a challenge, but, you know, that it was up to them to be able to, you know, put the right guys, put the team together, and put one together that I would like in my eyes.
Right on. That's interesting. You mentioned D.C. and what's going on. You and John Wall were fixtures at Mystics games. They won a title. Obviously, everybody's swept up in the Nationals at the moment. We've seen the Caps win a world title. What has to happen as you talk about changes? Like, what has to happen, and how quickly do you feel like the Wizards can be part of that sort of groundswell of creating excitement around the franchise?
I think it's possible, you know, but it's not going to happen overnight. You know, we're well aware of that. We know it's going to be a process, but we're hoping that it'll be a quick process. You know, we understand we're a young team. We're going to work hard. We're going to compete every night. And, you know, we have to just give ourselves an opportunity that down the line, you know, come the end of the year, that we're playing our best basketball. But, you know, those things start now in practice and training camp, you know, developing that camaraderie, you know, developing those winning habits, that winning culture, you know, that mentality that just, you know, protrudes throughout the rest of the year.
Okay. I just have a question league-wide as you look at how things change, because they can change quickly every offseason, and you know, and you won't be part of that this summer, but I mean, like, you see who goes where and this and that. Just how have you consumed that as a star in the league? Like, as you watch guys decide that maybe they think the grass is greener, what do you make of it all?
It's not easy. It's tough. You know, every man is different. You know,
Sure.
every player has their own decision. You know, they base it off, you know, whatever their, you know, what's important to them. And it's definitely in our realm, you know, we have to keep an eye on it. You know, you have to keep up with the Joneses to see who's going where, you know, what impact it has on that conference. And, you know, and a lot of players make their decision off of that. So, you know, I definitely pay attention to it. It's tough because, you know, there's a lot of money at stake. You know, there's the opportunities of winning championships on the other side, or, you know, the abilities to be able to create for 1 year in and a year out. But, you know, at the same time, you know, those guarantees aren't always guarantees, you know, and those kind of, I guess, fantasies in a way, you know, aren't always, you know, what's the greatest thing. So, you know, for me, it was just sticking it out, you know, understanding that I didn't really want to go that route and just jump in ship. And, you know, I just want to fight through adversity and try to get this organization out of it.
All right, I saved the dumb question that I wanted to ask until the end, and I'm going to ask you because I want to know. Have you done anything other than just grow your hair? Like, did you change your body? Did you have a diet in the offseason? Like, when I saw you at the game, I'm like, who is that? That looks kind of like Bradley Beal, only different.
Man, it's sick. My hair kind of resembles my son. I have 2 kids now, so I have 2 under 2. So the last 2 years, I've just been letting my hair grow out. This is kind of my stressed out dad look
That's
right
it?
now.
Okay.
So
Look,
this is what we're going with.
Well, you did it way earlier than me, but as an old dad with little kids, I understand. If I had hair, I understand. I'd probably let it go too. You don't have time. You don't have 5 minutes to go get a haircut is what you're telling me. Is that it?
I have 0 time for any of that.
What?
This is all kids.
Understood. Well, may they stay happy and grow up healthy and in the D.C. area. Look, as I said, I'm a Washingtonian. I think this is cool that you're choosing to stay there, and I hope that you find what you're looking for, and I appreciate you stopping by, all right?
My man, Scott, thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Thank you, Bradley. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.